Now, the pandemic has just shown how important digital skills are in the modern workplace with, redundancies hitting record highs in 2020. Many employees across the UK can, thank their digital abilities for keeping them on the payroll. But what if you're not as digitally savvy as you might be? What if your English, maths and skills and stuff like that are poor to boot? Well, today, how do you secure that first job or be successful in your fight back from redundancy? Well, here to tell us more about what can be done to help adults upskill themselves is Simon Parkinson. He's CEO of adult charity, the Workers' Educational Association. Good afternoon, Simon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Steph. Thanks for making time for us.
Oh, no, you're welcome. And Louise is with us this afternoon, who's been helped by the charity as well. Afternoon, Louise. Welcome to the show.
Afternoon, Steph.
Now, Simon, it's a really stressful time for, any job seeker at the moment. But what about those who find themselves lacking those basic employability skills?
You're right, Steph. It is a stressful time. And what we know from the government's own figures is that unemployment's likely to peak in the middle of this year. And there's around 2.6 million people forecast to be out of work. If you overlay the fact that there's around 11 million people, that's a massive number, 11 million people that lack the digital skills for everyday life. Bring those together, and what we know in today's job market, what your listeners will know, is that's a market of online applications, online job boards, and now virtual and video interviews as well. So if you've not got the really basic digital skills, you're at a massive disadvantage.
Louise, for you, yeah. How did you come to need the Workers' Educational Association's support in the first place?
Well, I wanted to be proactive while I'm out of work, and I've been on a course in the past with the WEA, so I know it were a good first choice.
And did they really fill you with confidence when it came to kind of getting up to scratch with digital skills? Because do you know what, Louise? The world just moves so fast, doesn't it?
It does, and I had a brilliant tutor, Caroline Cleghorn, and she was patient, friendly, kind, helpful. She was amazing. And, I ended up doing 2 of her courses because I enjoyed it that much. And it did help build my confidence with skills. So much to the point I've got an interview at the beginning of next week. So it's really good.
Oh, amazing. Well, fingers crossed, and let us know how you get on as well. I'll be rooting for you on Monday.
Thank you.
Simon, what options are there for adults who, find themselves with fewer basic qualifications or skills than they need for the modern job market that we've got in 2021?
Yeah, there is support out there, Steph, and just to hear Louise's story, we're really proud at the WEA that we were able to support Louise, and it's fantastic that she's made it all the way to the interview stage, and I'm with you. I'm rooting for her on Monday. So what we do at the WEA is we make sure that we take people on that journey that Louise describes. All too often, there's lots of focus on GCSEs, A-levels, formal qualifications. Your listeners will hear level 3 qualifications mentioned, and they're equivalent to A-level. We know that that's out of reach for many adults looking for work. So we start with that confidence building. We start by reminding people that they've got a massive range of skills and experience that employers are looking for. And then if they need to go on a formal qualification, we take them through that route of a level 1, a level 2, and then if they need one, a level 3. So it's an individual journey, and we'd encourage everybody, to take an example from Louise and get in touch with us.
And Louise, what are some of the skills that you learnt with the WFH?
WEA.
Oh, WEA, sorry.
Yeah, I learnt Let's Speak Spanish, and that was probably about over 30 years ago, 3 decades ago. And then, like I say, I was out of work, so I decided to do a Computers for All course and IT course, and they were both, the start of the Computers for All course were at Woodlands face-to-face, but obviously then we had a pandemic, so then because I had the digital skills, we were able to set up Zoom meetings, and I was able to complete the course, and I've now gone on to do an accredited course for helping in schools and colleges to hopefully get my foot in the door there.
So you finding yourself in a situation where you're like teaching, you know, friends and family how to use computer and stuff like that, because it's not as scary as you think, is it?
No, and the good thing about the WEA is we've got thousands of courses, like from gardening right up to dancing in an afternoon to ABBA virtually. So, you know, there's something for everyone, really, over 16.
I
So
tell you
if
what, you
fancy
can't beat a bit of ABBA.
I know, a bit of a boogie on a Friday afternoon.
Tell
Yeah,
you what.
really good.
I mean, Simon, what can be done, I guess, more on a national scale to support people like Louise? Because just hearing Louise speak about it, it's truly wonderful, isn't it?
It is. I think she's making a pitch for my job, Steph. There really is something for everyone at the WEA. So, yeah, at a national level, you know, your listeners may be aware that there's just been a further education white paper published. It's called Skills for Jobs, and it's subtitled Lifelong Learning for Growth and Opportunities. And that's really important, and we welcome that because it is about lifelong learning. But what we need the government to do now is back that up with the funding. So at the moment, only 2% of all education funding is spent on adult learning. And actually, it's been narrowed down to that level 3 qualification route that we talked about.
Yes.
So that's gonna exclude many people. So we'd like to see that loosened so that we can carry on doing level 1s and level 2s. And then finally, the government, charities, broadband providers, and the BBC have come together to help digitally excluded children so that they're not further disadvantaged in education. You know, we'd like to see that once we've helped the children that need that support, are we going to do the same for adult learners? Are we going to do the same for people like Louise and make sure that they're not digitally excluded going forward?
Well, of course, we're doing the big Give a Laptop as well, which you can
Exactly.
you can find on the BBC's website, bbc.co.uk/make a difference, and you'll be able to find how to donate if you've got an old laptop or something like that. And that can go to children. So it gives those children in areas of where we live who are really struggling with child poverty. Louise, if anyone's listening to this afternoon and they're just going, oh my gosh, hearing Louise speak and the wonderful experience you've had at the WEA, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to up their digital skills?
Yeah, go for it. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Like Simon said, it's a lifelong learning sort of strategy, and you know, it's really beneficial. Really, that's all I can say.
Well, Louise, it's been brilliant speaking to you, and just hearing your first-hand experiences today. It's been brilliant, and it's inspirational, I guess, really, because just because, you know, we can forget out, or even technology moves on so quickly, we can, you know, I get a new phone sometimes. I go, how the hell do I work this? I've got no idea. There's things on my phone, and that never used to happen to me. But you've got to try and keep up, haven't you?
Yeah, take the plunge. You can meet new friends along the way, and like I said, there's excellent tutors, and you know, as long as you're over 16, there's no limit to how many courses you can put yourself on. So, you know, you don't just have to do the one.
Well, it's amazing. Well, thank you so much. And Simon, if somebody wants to reach out to the WEA and maybe take up a course, how should they do that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So for anybody that wants to get in contact with us that hasn't got access to the internet or can't use a laptop, you can ring us, and usually our staff would be based at Joseph Wells in Leeds.
I know it well.
But we've got them all, exactly, we've got them all safely remote working, though, so they're sat at home juggling, you know, homeschooling with work. But you can ring them. You can simply pick up the phone, dial 0300 303 3464. So if I may repeat that, it's 0300 303 3464. And if you can use a laptop, you can get internet access. Really easy website to go to. Simply WEA, so just 3 letters, WEA.org, ORG.uk. As Louise says, what have you got to lose?